Your brain is the most powerful weapon you will ever hold, and yet, for most of your life, you have let it run without direction. You live surrounded by devices, screens, endless noise. They flood you with distractions, promises of easy answers, quick reliefs, shallow connections. But when everything falls away, when the night is silent, when no one answers the phone and the weight of your life presses down on your chest, it is only you alone, inside your mind. And in that space, there is no internet to guide you, no friend to fill the silence, no shortcut to escape the truth. It is just you and the endless dialogue of your own thoughts. And if you cannot master that dialogue, it will master you. The mind is not a neutral tool. Left unchecked, it becomes a tyrant. It pulls you into fear, into despair, into stories about your weakness, your failures, your limits. It whispers that you are not enough. It tempts you to surrender, to quit, to numb yourself with comfort. But here lies the deepest truth. Your brain is waiting for orders. It will adapt to whatever standard you set. If you decide that struggle is temporary, it will run from every discomfort. If you decide that struggle is your new normal, it will harden itself like steel to endure. The mind bends to repetition, to focus, to what you refuse to compromise. That is why discipline is freedom, not because it teaches you, but because it teaches your brain who is in control. You will never know your true potential until you strip away the option of escape. Imagine facing failure again and again, reading the same page you cannot understand, swimming when your body sinks like a stone, standing up when your legs scream to collapse. The average person tries once, twice, maybe 3 times, and then they accept defeat. But those who decide there is no way out, who return again and again until their mind itself learns that quitting does not exist, they break through barriers that once looked like walls of stone. Your brain learns. It watches you. It realizes, this person will not stop. This person will not surrender. And when that realization takes root, your mind shifts from enemy to ally. It begins to solve, to create, to endure, because it understands that you have given it no other option. This is the secret. Repetition is not failure. Repetition is communication. Every time you return to the task, no matter how broken, no matter how defeated, you are teaching your brain who you are. The body may fracture, the muscles may tear, the bones may ache, but the brain adapts to the story you tell it. If you say, this is my reality, this is my normal, this is where I live, your mind accepts it and builds strength inside that suffering. Pain becomes background noise, struggle becomes routine, hardship becomes identity. And then, what once broke you becomes the ground on which you stand unshaken. Most people live their lives terrified of this truth. They want comfort. They want escape. They want to believe they are trying hard, but trying hard is not the same as obsession. Real growth requires obsession, the kind of obsession where your new normal is hardship, where your days are built not on ease but on challenge. When you redefine what is normal, when you declare that difficulty is expected, then life cannot surprise you. The storm comes, and you do not panic, because the storm is your home. The chaos comes, and you do not crumble, because chaos is your classroom. This is how the brain learns resilience. By living inside discomfort until discomfort no longer feels like suffering, but like breathing. What terrifies most people is not that they will fail, but that they will succeed and realize they could have always been more. Imagine the horror of living your entire life at 40% of your capacity, believing that you were giving your all. That is the true tragedy, not that we suffer, but that we never discover the power that suffering unlocks. Deep within you lies a reservoir of strength so vast that you cannot see its edges. You will never touch it unless you burn through the layers of fear, excuses, and false limits that cover it. That is why the moments that break you are gifts. They strip away illusion. They force you to see what you are without comfort, without applause, without safety nets. And when you see yourself there, naked and fragile, you are finally ready to build the self that cannot be broken. There is a place beyond anger, beyond motivation, beyond even the desire to prove others wrong. Anger fades. Pride collapses. But if you dig deeper, beneath the ashes of temporary feelings, you find the mineral soil of your soul, the place where no fire can burn, no storm can erode. From there grows a will that is unshakable. This will is not about showing the world who you are. It is about becoming someone you yourself can no longer betray. It is the foundation of peace, but it is a peace born through fire, not through avoidance. Many people ask where peace comes from, believing it is found first, as if peace is the starting line. But peace does not come at the beginning. Peace is the price at the end of war with yourself. Peace comes after discipline, after sacrifice, after accountability. It comes when you have faced your demons, when you have stood in front of the mirror and confronted the person you despised, when you have walked through the hell of your own making and chosen to keep walking. Then, and only then, peace finds you. It is not soft, it is not delicate, it is the peace of knowing that nothing can shake you anymore, because you have already endured the fire. This is the eye-opening truth. Everything you fear is a doorway. Every obstacle you avoid is a key you refuse to turn. You are not weak because you suffer. You are weak only when you deny the suffering, when you numb yourself instead of facing it, when you let your brain tell you the lie that escape is the answer. But once you decide that suffering is no longer your enemy, everything changes. Your brain aligns with your will, your body obeys your command, and the impossible becomes simply the next step. You cannot hide from yourself. You can silence your phone, you can run from people, you can bury yourself in distractions, but at the end of the day, when the lights go out and the world quiets down, there is nowhere left to run. It is you and your mind. And in that silence, you will hear the truth of who you are. The question is, will you face it? Or will you keep pretending? The most eye-opening moment of your life will not come from a book, a lecture, or a motivational speech. It will come the moment you realize that the chains you feel around you were placed there by your own acceptance of limitation. That the walls you keep running into were built by your own fear. That the voice telling you to quit, to stop, to give up is not the truth, but simply the lazy part of your brain trying to protect you from growth. When you see this, really see it, your life changes forever. Because then, you can no longer accept mediocrity. You can no longer be satisfied with good enough. You can no longer sit back and let the world tell you who you are supposed to be. You begin to demand more from yourself. You begin to demand honesty. You begin to demand discipline. And when you demand it long enough, when you refuse to let go, when you build it brick by brick every single day, you transform into someone you never thought possible. The truth is this: your brain will fight you. It will scream for comfort. It will beg for release. But the moment you stop listening, the moment you turn its cries into fuel, something extraordinary happens. Your suffering becomes your teacher. Your pain becomes your ally. Your fear becomes your compass. Every moment that once broke you becomes the very thing that builds you. And when the world sees you, they will not understand. They will say you are different, that you are stronger, that you are unbreakable. But the truth is, You are simply someone who refused to quit. Someone who chose to master their mind instead of being mastered by it. Someone who understood that life is not about avoiding pain, but about transforming it into power. This is the most eye-opening 10 minutes of your life. The realization that everything you need is already within you. That the greatest weapon you will ever hold is the mind you carry right now. That the strength you seek is not out there, but in here. And that the moment you decide there is no way out, no escape, no retreat, your brain will finally understand who you are and it will obey. So stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Stop waiting for life to get easier. Step into the fire. Embrace the struggle. Redefine your normal. Tell your brain where you are going, and refuse to accept anything less. Because once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. Once you feel the power of discipline, you cannot return to weakness. Once you taste the freedom of mastery, you can never again live in chains. This is not motivation. This is not inspiration. This is reality. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner your life will change forever. The most eye-opening moment of your life is not someday in the future. It is right here, right now. The choice is yours.